Carpal tunnel syndrome can be extremely expensive, about $30,000 in a workers' comp claim. It can also be extremely painful. It can completely slow you down in terms of productivity and also make it so that you can't really work. So we want to avoid this. And today I want to talk about carpal tunnel risk reduction. Hey everyone, it's Zina Dalla, your verticline posture and ergonomic specialist. So today I'm going to highlight wrist positions that we want to avoid, what we want to avoid when we are working at our computer. So the first is something called wrist extension or wrist flexion. And this can happen, when we don't have our keyboard set up at the proper height or the proper setup. We ideally want to be working in a neutral wrist position. So if you find yourself typing and you are lifting your fingers up because you might have a keyboard that is a positive tilt where the front of the keyboard is angled towards you, we don't want that. Nor do we want to have too much of the opposite problem where maybe our desk is too low and we're kind of reaching down to our keyboard. But usually this is the position we tend to see when people are working at their computers for a long period of time in the incorrect position. So make sure that you adjust your chair and adjust your keyboard in a way that you can have a neutral wrist position when you're typing. It's also important to have palm support underneath your palm, not on your wrist, to help support you in that position. That would be a great way to help make sure that your wrist is in that neutral position. So there's plenty of keyboards and products out there on the market that can help you with that. Position number 2 would be something called ulnar deviation. This is when our thumbs come together and our fingers come apart. And this is very common if we're typing on a computer or keyboard that's really close together. Maybe our shoulders are rounded. If our elbows are wide, if you've got your elbows on wide armrests, then this position tends to happen. And that can also cause potential risk towards injury. So you want to make sure that you're typing again in a neutral position. And my best tool for that is to use a split keyboard. If you can split your keyboard, if the keyboard's a little further apart, if you've got your keys kind of angled in a wave, then it makes it a little bit easier to avoid ulnar deviation of the wrist, okay? So make sure you take a look down at your hands when you're typing. Make sure you're not in flexion, extension, or ulnar deviation. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. If you want any equipment recommendations, please feel free to reach out to us here at Verticline. We are happy to help. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.